All right, there we go. No mic issues. No, no, none. Woo! Oh, I turned it the wrong way. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. I'm gonna give a minute for Dave to show up. I told Dave I was gonna take a bong rip for him today instead of doing the dabs. Since he likes smoking the flower, I figured I'd smoke some with him. This is my wife's bong here. It's a bit dirty. We need to clean it again, but the water's good. It's still clear and there's nothing growing in it. Uh, for anybody wondering, there is a huge difference between dabs and weed. Like, you see how dirty this is? This is just flour. This, though it looks dirty, it's really not. This is all just like oils and stuff. But the thing is like with the dabs, you can have like watering your dab rig for fucking ever and, nothing really happens. But shit, dude, you smoke a couple of times out of a bong and you already got to change the water. Like, I guess it's because the dabs are cleaner because it's more like a vape as opposed to the flower where there's a lot of other stuff in the smoke. But, anyways. The one thing I don't like is about this bong is instead of it having a hole, it's got this little bulb with all these slits on the bottom of the down stem. So you don't get that sound like with the normal bong. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know if that came up or not, but oh well. Anywho, Jesus. I'm just messing. I was just pretending to talk. But no, yes. Whew. I don't smoke a lot of flower. That made me cough really bad. Which that's a good thing. In case you're ever wondering, like, why do people cough and hawk up loogies with weed? You really don't see people do that with cigarettes unless it's like their first one or whatever. And you don't see people do that with cigars either, unless it's, again, like their first one, they make the mistake of inhaling when you're really just supposed to let it hang out in the back of your throat. Anyways, I think you may find yourself wondering, well, I see guys who smoke weed all the time, and every time they smoke it, most of the time, they end up just hacking up a fucking lung doing it. Well, there's this really interesting thing about the smoke that weed produces is that it acts as an expectorant. And if you're unsure what an expectorant is, it's something that really gets rid of all the dust and the nasty stuff inside of you. It acts like mucinex. And I'm not saying to smoke weed to, clear out your stuff, but what happens is that because of the stuff that's in the smoke itself is very sticky. So when you're inhaling the weed, what you're doing, the reason why you're hacking up so much is as you're exhaling, that sticky shit in the smoke has grabbed onto other dust particles and stuff actually within your lungs. And this isn't bullshit. This is like they've done studies on this and stuff. It's actually very interesting. Um, and also on top of that, as far as like smoking causes cancer. smoking cigarettes does because they have like jet fuels and stuff like that and all kinds of nasty stuff in there, like stuff that's just not good for you. As far as weed, from the medical stuff that I have seen, the areas of the lung that the smoke actually affects uh, actually recover very quickly. There was this one study where they had somebody just basically smoking every day, and I think within a 3 week period, their lungs were back to normal, which I always thought was interesting. And of course, there is long term damage and everything. Weed's not necessarily harmless, but it is a hell of a lot harmless than anything else on the fucking market right now. It's more harmless than Tylenol, ibuprofen, anything. You can think of it, there's an overdose on it. You can even overdose on caffeine. They tried to, at one point, there's this one study where I was watching where they were trying to overdose lab rats on weed because they were trying to find that threshold. I forget what the name of it was, but everything always they always need to know something's threshold, like how much of this does it take to kill a person. And they were testing it on lab rats, and they could not kill them with it. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And in the end, they just had to fucking guess because what they said was I believe it was an average person has to consume like was it 2,500 pounds within a 15-minute period, which is just impossible. All within 15 minutes. So you have to smoke like, you know, over 1,000 pounds within 15 minutes to even potentially. And this is all, well, that's not even potentially, it's just hypothetically OD because that's still not even a number that they have set. That's not a number that they have seen evidence with. That is just a number they pulled out of their ass to guess. So weed's pretty fucking safe. I don't know. I always looked at it as like, it's like, I don't know. I think it was put here for us. It's a very good multi-purpose plant. It does lots of interesting and cool things. Uh, we use the hemp to make rope. That's what a lot of our stuff was made out of for a long time. And a lot of people don't know this, but even a lot of our stuff within the military, like there's this one picture of, I want to say it was George W. Bush, and he's in a flight suit. And that flight suit is made out of hemp. And it's just really interesting things. It used to be one of our biggest cash crops because the plant itself is so versatile. I think 1 acre of hemp produces as much paper as like 10 acres of fucking forest or something like that. I mean, it's a really good fucking crop. Plus, you can smoke it and get high. You can get oil from it. They were using hemp seed oil to lubricate a lot of the engines in our jet fighters and stuff. I mean, just if you actually step back and look at it, you're like, why did they ban this? And you think it was money. Look at the timetable when nylon came out. Just think about it. Nylon gets discovered, and suddenly weed is made illegal, and nylon is now replacing a lot of the shit that we used to use weed for. Interesting. It's like somebody banned something, not because it was harmful, but because they couldn't make money on this other thing. Kind of sounds like how politics as a whole operate. I mean, there's states where you can't collect rainwater, if I'm not mistaken. I know I've seen a few news reports here and there over the years of these people getting arrested or whatever for collecting rainwater, which I thought was kind of strange, but so be it. People want to stick with the government that does that, then, who am I to say? I'm not happy with the government that does that. Any local or anybody. Everybody should be held accountable. And I don't understand why it's taken this long for us to even consider term limits within senators and congressmen alike. Nobody thought that was a bad idea until now, really. And we'll see if it even happens. I mean, you're basically asking them to restrict themselves. I mean, who the fuck's going to do that? There there should be certain things where the actual people get to vote because you can't trust, Congress isn't going to lower their fucking pay. They're not going to agree to that. They keep giving themselves a fucking raise. They can vote themselves into a raise. I mean, what do we get? We can't even throw them out, dude. Like, what are our options as people? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what powers do we have? Because it seems to me, and it appears to me, that we have no avenues whatsoever. We can try to elect people who we think will change things, and sometimes they do a little bit. I'll give Trump credit. He did make some good changes. Not necessarily the ones I wanted. One of the things he was talking about on the campaign trail that I was really disappointed in was he wanted to make concealed carry and firearm permits act just like driver's license. They are good no matter which state you're in. They are nationwide, basically. And I don't think he ever really moved on that. He also was on the campaign trail. He said he was thinking, wanting to remove the federal restrictions on marijuana because he was saying that it was a state's right to decide. Because he said, I've seen evidence of the medical side, and that looks pretty good. And Trump doesn't drink or do any drugs or anything, so he seemed pretty level-headed when he talked about it. But again, nothing happened on it. Uh, you could say, I mean, I could make excuses, but anyways, he's the best person I've voted for in a long time, despite even not doing what he said he was going to do, because a lot of the other guys are just massive fucking disappointments. I didn't vote for Obama, so I don't know. He already disappointed me. But just think about, like, what are our options? We can vote for people that we hope will do something. Like, uh, is there a fucking number that we can call to, like, call in fucking Captain America to go spank the congressman? Like, what do we do as citizens? I'm asking a legitimate, honest question. What are our options? What do you think our options are? I mean, suppose, just hypothetically, just consider this in your mind. Consider a group of people peacefully walking up, and let's say everybody agrees to have these people removed. All the people. And they walk up and they try to kindly escort this person out of the building. What happens? No, the fucking cops stop them. It doesn't matter if the people have the right to do that. I mean, just think about it. Are they going to allow themselves to be taken out of power? No, they're not. And there's no avenue for we the people either. I mean, they set up all these restrictions that the government has been ignoring, but at some point we got to consider to adding a few amendments to the Constitution that grant power. Well, that not necessarily that grant power, but give the people an avenue to root out corruption and to have some form of accountability. A better form. That's what we really need. If we do, we need to make a few, probably amend the Constitution again, but we need to make it to where we need to let people know how they can take charge, give them the authority to take charge, or restrict the government from denying that authority of them taking charge. Because, Bill, if you think about that stuff, that it's not the Constitution stuff isn't granting us anything. That's not there for us. It starts with we the people. That is us talking to the government. That is us giving them restrictions, not the other way around. The government does not grant us any rights whatsoever. Those are just rights that we told the government, you can't fuck with this. But I mean, I don't know. I'm getting frustrated. I want our country to get better. I want us to somehow be able to get out all the people who are fucking corrupt as shit. I want to start seeing more Americans representing the people. Like, none of this political shit, because it's turned into fucking Wall Street, for one. And then we got all this shenanigans going on with different wars and sending money everywhere and yada yada yada. We can't, expend 4 billion to build a wall, but we can send like fucking 100 million over to fucking Ukraine for money laundering. I guess. Fuck, I don't know. None of it makes any sense to me. But I want our country to get better. I want it. I want us to be what we're supposed to be, and not what we are. We don't need to be a police state. We don't need to be a huge fucking military industrial complex state. We need to just be Americans. We need to just embrace the fact that we're supposed to be the beacon of freedom. And I don't feel like we're even close to that anymore. I don't feel like we're still more free than other countries. Yeah, but it's slipping out of our grasp. I mean, now people are being forced to like do pronouns and stupid shit like that and have fucking men pretending they're ladies to be in fucking things. Like, where is the freedom? Where's the freedom to say no? That's what I want to know. Because you can call me racist, transphobe. I don't give a shit. But you know what? At the end of the day, it is perfectly okay to not like a motherfucker. It's okay to have preferences, good and bad. It doesn't make you racist. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you have fucking preferences. You're a human fucking being. Is somebody gonna get fucking tar and feathered because they say they don't like kale? They're not saying kale's terrible. I don't like kale. I don't like being around kale. I don't like being around the annoying flamboyant gay people. There, I said it. I like the other gay, the ones who actually, I would say act normal, but, they're more low key. But the really flamboyant, obnoxious ones, yeah, fuck off with those guys. Y'all can keep those. I don't want to be around those people. They get on my nerves. They push my buttons. And it's not because they're gay, it's because of their personality. It's because of what they do, how they act. Give me the chill gay dudes. I like those, like Timothy Barnes. He's my bromo. That guy's cool as shit. I like that dude. But no, it's okay to have fucking preferences. I don't know where we went wrong in the world where we're like, it's not okay for you not to like something. No, it is. It is okay for you to not like something. You have that freedom. You have that right. You can't legislate acceptance. You can't legislate tolerance. You can't legislate any of that stuff. You can just let people be people and hope for the best. I think we've been going on a pretty good direction lately. At least stateside. I don't know why people keep trying to fuck with that. Anyways, at the end of the day, like, I want to say, like, yeah, we can fix this. I don't see how we can fix this country. I just don't see an avenue for us to do that. I think they're too dug in. I mean, you can try to vote people out and vote in new people, but I mean, they're just going to run those guys through the garbage. They have full control of the media. What do you do? Do you just let it go and hunker down and kind of bunker up yourself and prepare for one day to shit really hit the fan? Or what do you do? maybe we need to, like, get in like a fallout shelter and spend 2 years memorizing all of the new genders and stuff like that so we can blend into society, and we'll come up like 20 years later and there'll be like 40 billion new genders, and we'll still be treated even worse than we were before. Because they'll be like, you guys are behind on the times. I don't know, it's so silly. But I'm tired of the way my country's ran. I really am. I keep seeing good people like Rand Paul arguing for things that actually make sense. And I watched an entire speech that Rand Paul made, and I tweeted it out, and the video was removed. I'm not sure if this is anything malicious. Maybe the person just took it down. But it was sad because Rand Paul was giving this big speech about, why we shouldn't just be throwing money at other countries and we should be focused on restoring our economy, and how the hell are we going to fight China by basically borrowing money, and then China's obviously going to buy our debts. They buy all of our debts for the most part. They own most of them. And China's going to buy our debts. How is putting ourselves more into debt and then being in debt to China, because obviously they're going to buy them, how's that going to fight China? It's not. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Anyways, he gave this really good speech about accountability and spending, and he sat there and listed things. He's like, we're wasting this money. There were some really outlandish ones, and you're gonna think I'm making this shit up, but there was one about fucking, what was it? Birds and cocaine or something like that. They wanted to see if they were more sexually active. There was one about frogs where they wanted to see if this frog's mating call sounded different. And this was like a lot of fucking money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then some of them were millions of fucking dollars for these studies. And he was pointing them all out. And he said, there's your fucking money right there. Start cutting shit out. He said, we waste too much money. And he sat there and he listed all this shit that we were wasting fucking money in. And you know what I saw around in the fucking room? Nobody was paying attention. In fact, hardly anybody was fucking there. And the ones who were just fucking having guy talk with their buddies and chatting and laughing away. Nobody was listening. Nobody was doing their fucking job. Rand Paul was the only person on that floor doing his fucking job. Out of the hundreds, one person is doing his fucking job. And these people are on a higher pedestal than us, too. Consider that. So there's nothing we can do. We can try to vote them out, but, like, what's that going to do? Everybody says, like, go through the courts. Well, what do the courts do? Nothing. You know how much money it costs to do that? That's basically saying you're only free if you have a lot of fucking money. You're only free if you have deep enough pockets for the best lawyers in town. You'll only avoid getting chewed up by our judicial system if you have a good lawyer. Whether you got caught with a dime bag or you got hit with a DUI, the only difference is money. Because a poor guy, both of those are going to be devastating. But to a guy who has money for bail and for a lawyer, they mean nothing. That's how the system is. It's geared to favor people with money and just grind up the fucking poor. And that's what we are. Every citizen is poor compared to the politicians. Middle class, that's fucking dirt poor in their eyes. They don't care about us. They don't care about you. You're just a source of revenue to be grinded out, kind of like trying to get like milk out of peanuts, you know? Like, I don't know if you can get milk out of peanuts. I suppose not. But that's how absurd it is. Like, they're just crushing and grinding us to get every last fucking drop. And I don't know what to do. I'm tired of the government stealing my money and wasting it on stupid shit. I need my money more than they do. Fucking gas prices are going up. And it's all because of them. Gas prices were down. Like within the past year, I went from it costing $32 to fill up my car to now it's costing, what did it top out at? Like 78 fucking dollars for and I have a 14-gallon tank. And that's what it was to fill up today. I think I have a 14-gallon tank. Pretty sure it's around there. But anyways, fucking $78. It's more than doubled, bro. What the fuck? 64 would have been doubled. And it's higher than that. I don't know. I'm just mad. I'm irritated. A little annoyed today. Sorry. I know yesterday I was talking about positive vibes and stuff, but this is something positive. This is something that everybody should be thinking about. Is like, what can we do as people to stop our government from self-destructing, essentially? Because if we can't figure out how to get them to stop spending money like fucking crazy and all this shit soon, I mean, we're gonna break. Like, not as a people, but like the country itself is just gonna break. It's gonna be beyond repair. We might even be past the point of being able to repair ourselves, but I don't think we can keep going in the direction that we're going and enjoy the life and luxuries that we currently have right now. It is kind of spooky to think about. And if things just keep going in the direction they're going, I don't know if things are going to be looking too hot. But I want things to look better. You know, there's kids out there, man. There's kids that got to grow up with this shit. We need to be doing better to make sure that the world's in good shape to look out for them, or to allow them to look out for themselves. Well, we'll figure something out eventually. But until then, I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. I did smoke up a good bit. Let's take another rip before I go. Let's take a happy rip. Still been playing that Ground Branch game. I played some more with Aubrey last night. She died pretty quick both times, but I feel like I was actually doing pretty well. I'm actually really enjoying that game. In fact, I don't know. I got some time. I may play it for about 20 or 30 minutes. I already took my shower. It's a good thing about not having to go to work until like much later in the day. Little traffic, you got plenty of time to sleep and get everything done. I really enjoy being up for a few hours before I head into work. I don't think I'm going to cut this stream short though. I think what I'm going to do instead is I don't know if I ever told stupid Newfie Morning back. I hope I did. I thought I did. I know I thought about it. Sometimes I think about saying something and I don't actually say it. Like, there have been times where I've, like, sat there, and then I'll think about asking Aubrey to make me a sandwich, and then like 10 minutes go by, and I'll look, well, are you ever gonna get on that? And she'll be like, what? I was like, didn't I ask you to make me a sandwich? She's like, no, you just looked at me for a second. I was like, oh, oops. So one drawback of having a really, well, I wouldn't say a really good imagination. I don't want to give myself too much of an ego, but a healthy imagination. But sometimes you fool yourself. There we go. Alright, I can probably do this. This is also why I don't smoke flower too much. Is the dabs don't make me cough like that. I still like flower, but I don't know. It's a different kind of stone too. The dabs just it's more of a mind thing. With the dabs, I find because you don't get like the kind of warmness of the eyes or a tickle in your throat or the cotton mouth and stuff. But anyways, I was gonna say is let's play some Ground Branch. Here we go. I really hate cords, but I don't like the latency of the wireless stuff either. Let me make sure. I need to double check. Now I'm paranoid about my mics and stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Alright. Let's get back to the game. Alright. I'm doing this solo. Skinny. There we go. There's my locker. I can use any of these though. I don't even have to just use that. I can use do the same thing from the weapons bench over here too. I like doing it over here because I can immediately turn around and change up weapons. Let's see, I did like this gun. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to use the mouse on this. Let's see. I never use laser. Why do I have that? That seems good. Alright. Apply. Okay. Wow. Alright. I think it should be alright. Let's see. Wait, I thought I took that off. What the fuck? I did. Why is it still... Why is it still up there? What the fuck is going on? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, maybe that was what it was. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Let's see how we do with this. Alright. I think my best position to start in would probably be here. Alright. I gotta turn off the light on this thing. There we go. That's distracting. I see these guys over here. I see this guy by himself though. Oh damn it, I missed him. Alright. Okay. Sorry about that. It sounded like somebody's phone was going off, but my wife has her phone. Thing. I don't know. Oh shit. There he is. Alright. I like games like this because it's not just like a running gun. You have to take your time and be careful. Oh, I hear somebody. Thought I heard somebody. Where was he? I just saw him. There he is. Jesus. Yeah, join your friend. Okay. Took cover right next to that other guy's body. Yeah, I did hear somebody. I think I see movement down there. Yeah. Look at that. That's 9 kills so far. It's pretty good. I think. Is that all the guys? See, I knew I heard somebody earlier. It must have been one of those guys. Anyways. And I don't want to forget anybody. Oh, hey. That makes 10. Alright. Damn it.
Over here! He's
Shit.
one of them!
God, that guy scared the shit out of me. Poke your head up. Please, 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 please. I don't know if I killed him. 19 remaining, I think I did. Oh, goodness, that scared the piss out of me. Yeah, there he is. Alright, I did get him. him in the dick.
I see enemy!
Jesus. Thought he was coming through the tunnel. Sounded like it. Oh well. Saw something over there. Could have sworn I saw somebody moving over there. Probably are. Oh. Yeah, I think I got him. $13 remaining, but I'm about to have to stop playing. 13's pretty good though. Oops. I don't know why I dropped all that. Okay. Oh, I see you.
Overheat!
I think I got him. Eleven remaining. Shit, I don't like this. Hey, homie.
Each one of them!
Jesus. Shit. I'm exposed. I didn't think anybody else was gonna be out there.
I'm under
Oh,
fire!
come on. Nine remaining. Oh no! Is there anybody in here? Nope. Oh shit! I didn't see him. All right. Well, that ended it anyways. But yeah, I think that was pretty good. But that'll do it. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss X chat. But yeah, I don't know. Anywho, that was